to give you looks like this, okay? And it's got all the numbers in there for you on the front side. Pretty exciting. So let's do this one together. We'll do this whole situation about sports and grade levels together, and then I'll talk to you about what you need to do for the other pages. Okay, so we've got a two-way frequency table here. Let's think about what it is: playing a sport, not playing a sport, and grade level. Easy enough. Okay, first thing we're going to do is determine the joint relative frequency. So I used orange for that. So I'm going to stick with my color coding scheme. Of students surveyed that are in 8th grade and don't play a sport. So if you recall, for joint relative frequency, we start out by saying we're going to do category over total surveyed. Okay, so my category is girls that don't play a sport, and that's going to be compared to the total surveyed. Why did I say girls? That wasn't nice. That was supposed to be 8th graders. Let me erase that. I'm still thinking about those cookies, guys. It's late. Okay. And I know you're thinking, Mrs. Marsh, it's not even 8 o'clock, but it's late for me, okay? All right, so we're going to say 8th grade, no sport. And then, of course, that's going to be out of total surveyed. All right, 8th grade, no sport, total surveyed. So no sport, 8th grade is 50, right here. And total surveyed, 300. So when I do the division here, I get 0.16 repeating, which turns into 16.6 repeating percent. So that would be my joint relative frequency of that situation. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. This is all wonky. Let me zoom out a little bit. Focus. Okay, so if you need to freeze that, you can. Now let's find the marginal relative frequency. So remember, I used blue in my notes for marginal relative frequency of students surveyed that play a sport. Cool. So again, we have category, total of row or column, and yes, that's a W, over total surveyed. So my total of row or column is plays a sport over total surveyed. So when I look at my two-way frequency table, I can say, oh, well, 135 kiddos play a sport out of the 300 that were surveyed. So when I divide that, I get 0.45, which is 45% of the students surveyed play a sport. Okay, now for the biggie. Conditional relative frequency of 6th grade students given they play a sport. So 6th grade students that play a sport, so 6th grade play a sport. And then my given is the play a sport total. Right? Because that's my given, so that's going to be my denominator. Maybe write yourself a note again, given. Right? So then I'm going to say, all right, how many 6th graders play a sport? There are 37. How many total students play a sport? 135. So I'm going to get this really weird decimal, 2740, and only the 740 repeats. Very strange. So then my percent will be 27.4. I'm just going to put ... percent. How are we feeling? Good? Yes, Mrs. Marsh, we feel great. It's Friday. It's wonderful. It's almost Thanksgiving. Okay, so you are going to do the bottom part by yourself. Don't forget to look up at the top, or maybe look back at your jam. You have lots of resources. On the back, this is one of those where they give you the information, you fill it in, and then you have to go in and fill in what you don't know, and then you'll use that to answer these 3 questions, right? So for example, a local mini golf place, King Putt, collected data on characteristics of people that play mini golf. A total of 40 children putted, 40 children putted, of which 18 were female. So there are 18 children, 40 total, 18 that are girls. 38 adults are males, and a total of 43 females went to King Putt. So this is the information you're given, so now you have to go in and fill in the blanks and then answer the questions. You'll do the same thing down here for this situation. Then let's look at the other page. Then you've got this awesome page. Notice that these are not filled in. Okay, so last year I had students go around and ask each other these questions because it said you must survey at least 20 people. Okay, that's not ideal right now given our situation. So you have 2 choices. See my hand? Two choices. You can survey as many people as you can about it and fill in the information and create a table, or you can make up information. Okay, but just make sure it works, right? So if you decide that, say, 10 males and 20 females like dogs, then make sure this says 30, okay? Or if you decide that this is like 15, 20, and 10, or 7, 6, and 5, make sure this actually adds up to 18, okay? So just make sure your data works. All your totals match up and everything. And then you'll do the same thing down here, okay? What kind of phones do people have, right? And then you'll just answer the frequencies. So Monday, when you guys are home, this is what you're going to do. You're going to finish this page, and then you're going to do this page, either by actually surveying people or making up numbers that actually work in the table. Okay, so if you have any questions, guys, please email me. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I was able to give you this information in person. And by person, I mean via the beautiful technology we have in our school with somebody using their Google Meet to AirPlay me, and it's fun. So, all right. Whether or not I actually got to see you today, I hope you have a great weekend, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you.